On number 11, we're asked to find the vertex and the axis of symmetry for this quadratic function. Remember, it's this x to the second power that makes this a quadratic. When you graph a quadratic, its graph is called a parabola. It's a U-shaped graph that either opens up or down. There's a point called the vertex, which is what we're asked to find, which is either the lowest point or the highest point on the parabola. So this parabola goes forever up, but it has this lowest point, which is the vertex in this graph, and we call that the minimum since it's the lowest point. On this parabola, since it's opened down, goes forever down, but when we go up, it has this highest point right here, which is the vertex, and we call that the maximum since it's the highest point. So we can ask our calculator to find this point for us. So your first step in finding the vertex on your calculator is going to your y equals and typing in this quadratic function. So I'll try to get that where it doesn't have a glare. So we're going to type in x squared plus 4x plus 6. So you're going to press the x button, which is to the right of that green button, and then press the x squared button to square it. And then plus 4x plus 6. Always double make sure that your quadratic is typed in correctly. So after you put it into the y equals of your calculator, you're going to look at the graph so you can see whether your vertex is a minimum or a maximum. So press graph, and we see ours is open up, which means the vertex is a minimum. So now we're going to ask our calculator to find that point, and so we're going to go to this menu that is entitled Calc, that's in blue above Trace. So to access it, we have to hit the second key and then Trace. Now on the Calc menu, you are either going to press number 3 if you have a minimum, or number 4 if you have a maximum. We already established that our vertex was at the bottom, so it's a minimum, so I'm just going to press the 3 on my calculator. My calculator is going to ask me 3 questions. It's going to ask me for the left bound, the right bound, and just ask me to guess for the vertex. So when it says left bound, what it's wanting you to do is, you can see this blinking cursor on your screen. It's wanting you to put it to the left of your vertex somewhere. So I'm going to have to hit my left arrow to get it over there. It doesn't have to be in a particular place. It just can't be so close that it might be on your vertex. So you definitely want to go to the left, but it doesn't matter if you go way left or just a little left. Just make sure you're to the left and press enter. And then for right down, we're going to have to hit the right arrow to get it to the right of the vertex and press enter. And then I never guess. It's wanting you to move it close to the vertex, but that really doesn't matter. So I just press enter for guess. You know it's giving you the answer when it says maximum or minimum right here. And since we were finding minimum, obviously it has a minimum. Now your x might not be exactly the same as my x. Yours might, instead of saying negative 2.0000 and then eventually a 1, yours might say negative 1.99999, right? But those are both the same exact number. Those would round to a negative 2. So that's telling you your x is negative 2 and your y is 2. So there's my vertex right there, the point negative 2, 2. Now I can see A and B both have that as a vertex, but C and D have the wrong vertex. So that eliminates those as answer choices already. The axis of symmetry is the line that cuts the parabola in half. So it's like the line of reflection, the mirror line. So in order to cut this parabola in half, it has to be a vertical line that goes through that vertex. And so remember, we learned the acronyms HOI and VUX for horizontal and vertical lines. We learned that horizontal lines have a 0 slope, and you write them as a y equals a number equation. Vertical lines have an undefined slope, and their equations are written as x equals a number. Well, all axis of symmetries are x equals because they are vertical lines. And the reason why vertical lines are always x equal is every single point on that vertical line has the same x coordinate. So since it's going through the vertex, when we want to find this number right here, we just have to look at the x coordinate of our vertex. So I already know my vertex is negative 2, 2. The x coordinate is negative 2. So my axis of symmetry is x equals negative 2. It's always the x, never the y. So our axis of symmetry is correct on B, not on A. since it's not x equals positive 2. So B is the correct answer.